Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna. Here basically that is 61st number part. In this basically we are discussing the include files. Basically. What are the include files? So see basically one best example basically we will say. This is footer file, footer.php, right? This is main page basically. In that basically HTML tag is there, body is there, header is there, page is there, paragraph is there. Here basically we have included php file dot footer dot php. So footer dot php, this data, this entire data basically will come like this basically. So it will replace the include files with the copyright everything data basically. So entire data will be get replaced, and include basically will say that basically I have replaced the entire footer page into the main page basically. So that is the functionality of include basically. Include word basically itself says that we are basically going to include the entire file basically into the main page basically. So second example basically. This is PHP. Echo run, echo hide. This is basically the hyperlink which is created. So these all are the HTML tag basically. You can basically create the HTML tag also basically. That basically we have already discussed in the previous session basically. Then we have included menu.php. So this is basically the menu.php file because it's include this PHP. And this basically contains what? Menu basically. Menu is that basically everybody knows what is menu. If the system is bigger level, then basically the menu are basically more than 100. If the system is simple, basically simple and contact us, home, products, this type of information, small websites basically are there. Then basically menus are basically will not go beyond 20, 25. Maximum basically it will be 10 or 12 basically. Maximum basically 15. Above 15 basically it's very difficult to go with. So that's why basically the menu creation. That's why basically the people try to adjust their page in one page basically. So for example, contact us. In contact us basically they give everything basically as a contact. Email address also basically they give phone number, address, because they have to adjust entire contact us in one page basically. So that's why basically nowadays people do the adjustment of the pages basically. Because it's very heavy, na, basically it's very lengthy basically. Because each and every stuff basically connects to the physical area basically. That is the main thing basically nowadays. Nowadays basically the traffic basically of the internet basically are also creating problem in the environment basically. So that basically internet group basically flush their data basically into the sea water. But they don't flush in India basically. They don't flush in Asia basically. They flush in Arabic area, Arabic city. Then they flush the data in European city. This basically the Euro group might not be tracking this basically. They might be tracking, yeah, basically. They might be tracking 100% basically. If European group basically data gets internet data basically is getting increased, then basically they flush their data in some Asian sea water basically. Like this basically people are doing it basically, but this never get tracked basically. So that is basically different point basically. But this get flushed basically. That is 100% sure. Why? Because if you will not flush by chance basically assume that basically do the experiment basically, don't flush the data of internet, then basically see what are the things basically going to happen. I am 100% sure basically the earthquake will connect here basically. earthquake data will connect here, because internet equal to what basically? Internet equal to set of cities data and set of cities energies data basically. That is set of cities energies data basically. So it's like that basically. So set of cities energies data basically. So here basically menu file included here in the div tag, and class basically is menu included. This is the main page. Welcome to my page. Some text here, some text here, HTML body. Then basically this menu page will get extract here. In above example basically I already saw you. You already saw that basically. So this entire basically gets paste here basically, and that basically connects to this entire page. So there would not be any repeat variables, because it's exactly copy pasting the entire stuff basically. So there duplicate, for example, in this main page basically one variable contain, and the another page basically the variable contain same variable name contains. So it will create problem. You are declaring the variable. So it will give the error basically. Sometime basically if you have used the reference or basically something like that, then it will override the stuff basically. So like this basically you have included the main page basically. Here the best way is to understand the PHP. First try to understand the programming basically. For that basically you have to connect with the Excel basically. Do some if else for loop basically, that basically is a modular visual basic programming basically. That basically it's very tough basically, it's not so easy. Instead of that basically go with this PHP basically. But you can use the if else is there, this type of thing basically are there, na? At least basically you can understand what actually the programming is. Then basically you can jump with the PHP basically. So one small programming basically tool is required. So for that basically Excel is the best way basically. So after Excel basically go with the PHP, and then basically start the journey of the programming basically, and slowly basically jump with the programming side basically. And PHP is also basically very tough basically, because it's taking the syntax of C++, C, sometimes basically takes the example of ASP. So it's a mixed combination basically. C sharp basically is also there. So C sharp, everything basically all are connected with the PHP basically. Because before C sharp basically PHP was there in market basically, but it was not well known, famous basically. It was created by some group basically, but it was before C sharp basically, before ASP.NET. So PHP is very old basically. It's not like that basically. Just now basically it has came. So it has came before C sharp and before .NET basically. So nobody can say that basically the PHP group basically has copied the syntax of .NET basically. Because PHP is very old basically. It's not like that basically. That's just now came basically. CGI company basically is very old company. So see basically what is include, that also basically we saw here basically. So in next video basically we are going to see little bit more about this topic, that is PHP required includes main page is there. In main page basically the multiple include comes into the picture. If that means multiple file are going to include in this file, include in the main file basically. So like this basically it's a copy paste of, so that basically the systematically programming can be done, that's all basically. So that basically in one page, in main page basically the line of the coding should not cross 1 lakh 2 lakh basically. You can divide that into 10,000 to another page, 10,000 to another page, 5,000 to another page, 6,000 to another page. Like this basically you can divide the programming code basically. So in next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about this topic.